everyone. Okay, so I guess nobody has tried this question. So, in the number systems, what we have learned. So, we talked about classification of numbers, right? And then we talked about in the classification we talked about natural numbers, and inside natural numbers we had many different types of numbers. We have even numbers, we have odd numbers, and we have prime numbers, and then we have sorry, composite number as well, right? So this is what we have seen yesterday. Now we have also seen something like how to check whether a given number is prime or not. Okay, so this is what we have learned. And what are composite numbers? One more concept we have learned is nothing but co-prime. So when do we say the number are co-prime pairs? When the numbers, when the HCF of the two numbers is 1. Say for example 5 and 9. Though 9 is a composite number, we call this pair as a co-prime pair. Why do we call it as a co-prime pair? Because the HCF is 1, right? Then we have seen the divisibility rules. So what was the rule? So I'll quickly do a quick revision. So for 2, 8, sorry, 2, 4, and 8, they all have a similar pattern, right? So the pattern is, if the number is of the form 2 raised to power n, then we check the last n digits. How to check whether a given number is divisible by 2 or not? We check the last digit. For 4, it is we check the last 2 digit because it's 2 square. For 8, it is 2 cube. So for 16, I'll check the last 4 digit and so on. For 5 also we have checked. For 5 it is, we check the last digit. For 25, last 2 digit. For 125, last 3 digit. Because this is of the form 5 raised to power n. Okay, this is similar. 3 and 9 have a similar, we had to do something like this. Sum of the digits. Okay, sum of the digits. Now, one quick technique for 3 and 9 also can be something like this. For example, if I want to check whether 513726, this is a number which says 5,13,726, is it divisible by 3 or 9? How to check without taking the summation? This is one shortcut, additional shortcut. Okay, you can apply this wherever required. Say for example, let me keep the number, original number as it is, and I'll check, I'll try with different ink so that you can understand the difference. So I have a number something 53726. So I will be solving something like this. Simply, if I want to check the divisibility by, let's say divisibility by 3, what I'll do is I will simply strike off the numbers, the digits which are divisible by 3 or 6 or 9. Okay, say for example, if I want to check for 3, I'll simply strike off 3, 6, because these digits are divisible by 3. Next, what I'll do, I'll say 5 plus 1, this gives us 6, divisible by 3. I have simply strike off the numbers. Okay, now the remaining is 7 2. 7 2 gives us 9, which is divisible by 3. So rather than adding the entire numbers, you can simply strike off the moment you get divisible by 3. Okay, say for example, I want to test for divisibility by say divisibility by 9. So for 9, how do I test? I'll write the same number again, 513726. Okay, let me check for by 9. So our rule is to add the numbers, to add the digits, and then check the divisibility by 9. So rather than going like this, 5 plus 1 plus 3 plus 7 plus 2 plus 6, what I'll do is I will apply the same technique that I have applied for 3. Now this time I'll check which are the digits whose summation makes 9. 6 and 3 makes 9, right? 2 and 7 makes 9. So I'll strike them off. The moment I see 9, I'll strike off. Now the remaining is 5 and 1. So 5 and 1, the summation will give us 6. Now this 6 is not divisible by 9. Hence this entire number is not divisible by 9. So without even adding the strike off the numbers. Okay. So this is how we check for 3, 9. Now we have also learned divisibility by 11. So rule was if I have a number something like this 7 1
सर आपका आवाज क्लियर नहीं आ रहा है.
is it
सर नो ऑडियो सही नहीं आ रही है.
So it's still breaking.
okay, just give me a second. Okay, how about now? Is it fine?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Okay. So for 11, I hope you remember the rule for 11. We check the alternate digits, something like this. You go on adding. You start from left or right, whichever way you feel like. Okay, and just go on adding the alternate digits. 7 plus 2 gives us 9. 9 plus 3 gives us 12. 12 plus 4 gives us 16. So the remaining alternate digits 1 plus 6 plus 1. 1, 6. That gives us 7. 7 plus 1 gives us 8. Now we have 16 minus 8, which is 8. Now this 8 is not divisible by 11. So this entire number is not divisible by 11. So this is what we have learned, right? So this is the revision of what we have seen yesterday. Now moving forward, so today we'll be looking at this question. 7 to the power 6, I have given this as a homework, but still I'll solve it for you, those who have not tried or solved. Okay, so look at this. So I have given you one hint that you always try to put n as the minimum one. When n is an integer and it is greater than 0, whenever I say greater than 0, that means it should be a positive number. So positive integer starts from 1. So I'm putting the number n as 1. So now this is one of the technique, like in your engineering, if you have done engineering or you have taken science in 11th 12th or in your graduation, you must know one technique called as mathematical induction. Okay, so I'm just trying to do one process of mathematical induction here. Okay, so you did not know that this process is called as mathematical induction. Okay, not necessary to know. So just try out n equals to 1. So this will look something like this. Okay, if I put n equals to 1. So I thought, can I write this as something like this? Does it make sense? I hope it is. Yes. So it looks like a square minus b square, and this formula is very known to us, very popular among us, right?
Yes, sir.
Let's be yes, correct. Then it is a minus b. Now the moment I split them into a plus b and a minus b, I can see something like this looks like a cube plus b cube. So bachpan mein we have also learned a cube plus b cube, but many people do not memorize, do not remember this formula, but they remember a square minus b square, right? So this is how it looks: a plus b into a square minus ab plus b square. Remember one thing: this type of formula if your company says we will be taking the test through CoCubes. CoCubes is again a third party company, okay, who conduct the test. I have told you about this company. You can search on Google. Now CoCube ka there is a group called Aeon. Okay, they conduct the test. ये CoCubes का ही है company. Okay, so they will conduct the test. Now, if the company says we will be conducting through your CoCubes, that in that case you will have to go through this type of question. ऐसे practice करना पड़ेगा. So CoCubes normally they ask question based on these type like identities बोलते हैं इसको. Okay, so they will ask question on this type. Now 7 cube plus 6 cube, a cube minus b cube. Now if you have minus here, simply write minus and then plus. Rest everything is same. Okay, so I'll try with 7 plus, I'll write a plus b, that is 7 plus 6, which is 13. The other part, 7 square is 49 minus 7 into 6 is 42 plus 6 square, which is 36. Similarly, I'll have another number 7a minus b, 7 minus 6, which is 1. I'm using this formula, okay, the same formula here that I have mentioned on the right hand side. Then other one, 49 plus 42 plus 36. So it is 13 into. Can anyone tell me how much will it be? 49 minus 42? Is it 43? If I'm not wrong.
Yes, sir.
And the last one, the summation gives us 127. Correct. So that means when you expand this or when you factorize this, it gives 13 into 43 into 127. That means this number is a product of 13, 43 and 127. Means this number is divisible by 13 as well as 43 as well as 127. Now since 43 is not there in the option, I may check for 13 as the answer or I may check 127 as the answer. But the problem is option में you have 13 as well as 127 both. अब क्या करेंगे? So the answer will be cannot be determined. Why cannot be determined? I cannot tick either at 13 or 127. Now if your question says, the instruction says more than one options may be correct, then you can tick in both the options. But if your question says only one option is correct, then you will have to tick cannot be determined. Because if I tick 13 as the answer, that means indirectly I am saying 127 is not the answer, which is incorrect. And if I take 127 as the correct answer, that means 13 is not the correct answer, which is incorrect. So that's why if you have two correct options and it says only one is correct, so your answer will be cannot be determined. Clear? So this is one trick people used to put in. So moving on to the next, another very interesting one. See, guys, remember from now onwards, you will have to be a little bit of put on more concentration into this, because the topic is going to be a little bit advanced. It is not as usual as you have learned in school or college. Okay, cyclicity. When I talk about cyclicity, something which repeats. Okay, the cycle, कुछ चीज वापस घुमा फिरा के वापस सेम आता है. Say for example, if I talk about one example, say let's say 1, 2, 3, 4. If I write something like this, 10. Now look at this, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 20. The digits are repeated, right? So this is nothing but a cycle. So the number 2 will repeat after every 10 numbers. और 10 नंबर के बाद ये 2 वापस आएगा ही. 22, 32, 42, and so on. So this is one type of cycle. Okay, so we'll study this a similar kind of cycle, but not exactly same. क्या रहेगा वो cycle? Okay, so before getting into cycle, एक basic चीज है that you need to understand. Okay, this is the beginning of the learning of how to understand the cycle. Now, the question says, find the unit digit of the product 234, 347, 342. Okay, that means whenever you multiply any two numbers you multiply 347. Now I need to check what will come in the units place. इसको units place बोलते हैं. Okay, units place or ones place. So how normally you multiply? We simply multiply something like this. 7 into 4, 28. Okay, उसके बाद क्या आता है? Now I don't care. Why? Because whenever I multiply after the last digit, I give a cross because यहाँ पे और कोई भी number नहीं आ सकता, right? Then you'll have double cross here because you have 3 digits. So while finding the product, the last number is 8. Okay, so this has nothing to do with the remaining digits. Okay, so when we talk about unit digit, always remember that you have nothing to do with the remaining digits. Focus only on the last digit or the unit digit. Okay, so I'll multiply 4 into 7, 7 into 2. So this means when I do 4 into 7, I get 28. Now since the last two digits may say this digits is not my concern, I don't want this. I'm interested only in the last. 8 into 2 is 16. So 16 में the last number is again not 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 my concern. I don't need this tens place wala digit. My concern is only with the last digit. Am I clear with this, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now the same goes for instead of multiplication sign. If I have addition or subtraction, it goes the same way. Okay. So I had one question here. I forgot. Acha. Say for example, 2, 3, 4. This is another example. Okay. Don't mix them up. 3, 4, 7 plus 3, 4, 2. Now whenever you add them up, and I need to figure out what is my last digit. Okay. Last digit. Last में क्या आएगा? So again, you don't have to look at the remaining digits. Okay, you don't have to look at remaining digits. Now what is the other numbers? 4 plus, this bar you have to do plus because they have mentioned plus. So 4 plus 7 is 11. Now 11 plus 2, that gives us 11 plus 2 gives us
30.
yes, perfect. So I will write only 3. Okay, if you have minus, do the minus accordingly. Okay, so there is nothing change in that. So now this is just a beginning. Okay, they will not ask you what is the unit digit of these product. Okay, they will never going to ask. So यही हम technique use करेंगे to solve a bit difficult one. Now what is the meaning of that difficulty? Now the difficulty is every one of you need to note this down, this table. Please note it down, everyone. We will be using this table. Last digit 2, 3, 7 and 8. Cycle is 4. 4 and 9, the cycle is 2. 0, 1, 5 and 6, the cycle is 1. What is the meaning of this? पहले note down कर लो and then I'll explain what does it mean.
सर एक 2 मिनट.
हाँ, no problem. draw the table as it is, okay?
Done, sir.
Done? Okay.
Yes.
So don't worry if you have not completed. I'm not going to change the slide as of now. Okay, I'll be writing the problems here.
Done, sir.
So done. Okay, wonderful. So what is the meaning of the last digit when I write 2, 3, 7, and 8? Let us see. So let's check for the value 2. Okay, I'll solve for 2 and then you draw the same way for 3. Okay. Now if I look at 2 raised to power 1, I have 2. 2 square, I get 4. So let me write as 0 to 0, 4. Okay. Normally we do not write 0, 2 or 0, 4. Okay. It's just 2 or 4. Just for understanding purpose, I'm writing 0, 2 and 0, 4 and nothing else. Okay. So there is no convention like 0, 2 or 0, 4. Only in the phone numbers we use 0, 2 or 0, 4. Normal counting में never use 0, 2 or 0, 4. 2 cube 8. So I'm writing 0, 8. Okay. 2 raised to power 4 16. 2 raised to power 5 32. 2 raised to power 6 it is. Can anyone tell me? I'm still
64.
waiting.
64.
Perfect. Do you observe something?
One
Yes, it is multiple.
Something is happening. You see? Look at the last digit. My
Yes,
question
sir.
is last digit.
That's 2486 is repeated after every 4 digits.
Exactly. हमेशा 2486 is coming in. That means whenever you have power as 1, 2, 3, 4, you will have the same sequence. 5, 6, 7, 8, you will have the same sequence. Means the cycle will change. The cycle starts, or you can say cycle ends with every 4 का power. See, हर चौथे power में the cycle will end. So that means if somebody asks what is the last digit when I have 2 raised to power 100, now this number is a multiple of 4, right? Means cycle खत्म होना चाहिए इसमें. So that means the last digit would be 6. इसके आगे क्या आता है, I'm not concerned with that. Okay, I just need to check the last digit. So if somebody asks, okay, fine, then tell me what will be the last digit of 2 raised to power 1571. Now this becomes a bit difficult. Now I told you हर फोर्थ पावर में, मतलब हर 4 के मल्टीपल पावर को देखो. एवरीवन लुक एट द पावर. पावर अगर 4 का मल्टीपल है तो साइकिल खत्म होगा. क्या ये नंबर 4 का मल्टीपल है? Is it a multiple of 4? No. क्योंकि ये वैसे भी ऑड नंबर है, मल्टीपल तो आएगा नहीं. तो आप कैसे जजमेंट करोगे कि ये 4 का मल्टीपल होगा कि नहीं होगा? Look at the last 2 digit only. Okay? Last 2 digit. 71 जो है इसका क्लोजेस्ट, इसके 71 के बाद 4 का मल्टीपल कौन सा आएगा? Can anyone tell me?
74. सर 2 आएगा शायद इसका.
72. yes, 1572. ये है 4 का मल्टीपल. डू यू रिमेम्बर व्हाई 4 का मल्टीपल? 4 का डिविजिबिलिटी को याद करो. If any number is divisible by 4, the last 2 digits should be divisible by 4. मतलब आपका साइकिल यहाँ पे खत्म होगा. तो साइकिल खत्म होने के जस्ट पहले क्या आता है? It is 8. Now you answer this question. If somebody asks 2 raised to power 1962, can anyone tell me what will be the answer now? focus on the last 2 digit. 62 ये को
सर फोर
cycle.
फोर आएगा सर ऐसे सर
Yes, correct. क्योंकि 62 के बाद when it is 64, 64 पे साइकिल खत्म होना चाहिए, राइट? तो 64 का वैल्यू 6 आएगा, then it will be 8, then it will be 4. So this number is, answer will be 4. मतलब साइकिल कहाँ पे खत्म हुआ था? 60 पे खत्म हुआ था, 61 पे साइकिल स्टार्ट होगा, 62 पे सेकंड आएगा. Now, if this looks a bit difficult, तो simply क्या करना है? You will have to say, for example, 2 raised to power 1571. I will simply check the last 2 digit. 71 divided by 4. Can anyone tell me what is 71 by 4? The remainder is? Remainder क्या आएगा? 71.
नहीं
रिमाइंडर चाहिए.
3 सर.
थ्री सर थ्री
परफेक्ट. हाँ, तो आपका आंसर आएगा 2Q. जो भी रिमाइंडर आएगा वो 2 के पावर में आ जाएगा. आंसर इज if I have some,
समझ.
I'll explain again, don't worry. ठीक है? अब देखो, मैंने यही सेम एग्जांपल वापस लिया है बट इन अ डिफरेंट वे. ओके, सो नाउ 2 raised to power 1962. फोकस ऑन 62. मैं क्या करूंगा? 62 divided by 4. What is the remainder? Remainder is 2. So your last digit would be 2 square यानी 4.
Sir, every
If
time we use 4.
Yes, क्यों 4 है? Because of this cycle.
Okay.
तो ये हर जगह 4 यूज नहीं करना है, सिर्फ और सिर्फ इन्हीं 4 नंबर के लिए. Understood? 3,
Yes, sir.
7 and 8. Now, can anyone tell me, अगर ऐसा आया 196, अब क्या करें? Same protocol. 96 last 2 digit 96 divided by 4. क्या रिमाइंडर आएगा?
जीरो.
0. नाउ रिमाइंडर 0 आ रहा है, इसका मतलब 2 raised to 0 पुट मत कर देना.
फिर सर सिक्स आएगा क्या? मतलब जिस पे एंड हो रही है cycle?
यस, करेक्ट. रिमाइंडर 0 आ रहा है मतलब ये नंबर जो है यहाँ पे ये 4 का मल्टीपल है, मतलब साइकिल खत्म हुआ होगा. तो बस 0 के टाइम पे इंस्टेड ऑफ 0 राइट 4. आंसर इज 16. बस ये इसी टाइम पे आपको थोड़ा सा ध्यान में रख के करना पड़ेगा. रेस्ट whatever remainder that you get, that is the answer. Okay, now why I am dividing by 4? Because the cycle is 4. किसको किसको डिवाइड करना है? Whenever I have base as 2, 3, 7 and 8. Okay, so now let us try few more examples. What will be the last digit or unit digit of 7 to the power 361? 7 to the power 361. अब बोलोगे अब पहले तो 2 सीखा था and the question I'm asking is of 7. देखो, all the 4 of them belong to the same group. तो same rule. That means I will check the last 2 digit. 61 divided by 4. What is the remainder? Remainder
1,
is
sir.
1. So the last digit would be 7 raised to 1. Answer is 7. Khatam. Very simple. Another example. 3 to the power 339. So for the last digit I'll do the same. 3 भी इसी ग्रुप में belong करता है. So I'll follow the same protocol. 39. Why 39? Last 2 digit of the power divided by 4. What is the remainder? Tell me. What is the remainder?
3, sir. 3.
3.
3.
So your answer will be 3 to the power 3. ये 3 कहाँ से आया? This. Answer is 27. means the last digit would be 7. तो कहने का मतलब है, the conclusion is when you write 3 to the power 339, ये बहुत एक बड़ा सा नंबर आएगा, but it will end with 7. Remaining what are the numbers? I'm not concerned with that. My concern is only about 7, the last digit. Okay. The same case goes for 8 as well. If somebody asks me, okay, fine, we will always get like this. No, not necessary. If your question goes like this, 218 to the power 218, अब बोलो पढ़ाया है ABCD, क्वेश्चन में ऐसे लिखने के लिए आ गया. It happens all the time. So the answer is, we are concerned about the base only. You remember, I told you previously, इसके पहले वाले स्लाइड में, ये मेरे कोई काम का नहीं है when I am checking the last digit. So this is not my concern, and from these 2 is not my concern. So it is as good as checking 8 to the power 18. So my solution would be same protocol. 8 भी इसी चीज में belong करता है. So let us do that. So 18 divided by 4, what is the remainder? Remainder is
2, sir.
so 8 square yani 64, and out of 64 my requirement is only 4. So that means if you expand 218 to the power 218, the last number will be 4. इसके आगे क्या आता है I don't care. Okay. So मेरा आंसर बस इतना तक ही है. So am I clear on this, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Next, how about this one? So for this you do not have to memorize. मतलब ये नहीं याद किया तो भी चलेगा, बस remember only these 4 numbers. Now 4 and 9, why why it is not necessary to memorize, I will tell you how. So let's go for 4. So when I say 4 to the power 1, it is 4. 4 square, it is 16.
16.
4 cube, 64. 4 to the power 4, 256. Do you observe something?
4,
Every
6, 4, 6 is
Yes.
the
4 6 4 6 repeating.
Correct. हाँ, तो सिर्फ 2 ही है तो फिर कुछ जरूरत नहीं है. देखो, when the power is odd, it is 4.
power is even 6.
On the spot also you can check. हाँ, power even है तो it is 6. So you try out for 9 to the power 1 is 9. 9 square is 81. 9 cube 729. So next time I'll have again 1. ठीक है? So 9 1 9 1. Odd power 9. Even power 1. So ये आप on the spot भी check कर सकते हो. Okay? So when somebody asks, हाँ, so दोनों के लिए देखो, only for problem कहाँ पे create करता है? Only when we have these 4 numbers. This is the notorious one. But rest are, you don't have to memorize, on the spot check कर सकते हो. Say for example, somebody is asking 219 to the power 219. Now, what will be the last digit? So I told you, this is not required, and power में वापस जैसे पहले चेक करते थे, अभी ऐसे चेक नहीं करेंगे. Is the power odd? Power is odd?
Yes.
So when power is odd, so 9 के लिए it is, answer will be 9. See? Now if I ask you, what will be 219 to the power 218? Now since the power is even, your answer will be 1. खत्म. numbers. If your numbers has the base as 0, 1, 5 and 6, it doesn't have any cycle. That is, every time it repeats the same. 5 to the power, कुछ भी लिख दो, 5 to the power, let's say 1, 5, 6, 3, 4, 1. Your answer will always be ending with 5. It doesn't change at all. If I say 6, 6 to the power, let's say 6 to the power Ram, it will again be ending with 6. So you put up any number, 6 ka power check kar lo, it will always end with 6. Same case for 0 and 1. So most of the time they will not ask question on this. They will ask always majorly on these 4 numbers, 2, 3, 7 and 8. Okay. हाँ, अगर cycle भूल जाते हो तो you can again follow this method and then figure out what is the cycle. Okay. So with this, let us try some examples. So this question is not from your book. Okay, it is not there in the book. Since CoCubes they ask question on this type, that's why I have put this question. So 212, again they are talking about unit digit. I told you, whenever unit digit is there, these two are, and here 4 is useless, here again 21 is useless. Okay, now look at this. 2 and 7, they belong to the same category. You remember? 2, 3, 7 and 8. They belong to the same category and the cycle is 4. So for them, you will have to apply that divided by 4 wala process. So would you like to try first, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So I'm waiting for your answers in the chat box. Okay.
$72.
72. But they're talking about the last digit, right?
Yes, sir.
Last digit means it should be a unit digit, single digit.
It's 6.
Okay.
Sir, 8.
8.
Yes, sir. 8 answer. 8.
8 answer. Okay.
First answer 8 answer.
Mudassir, how much you got? Mudassir, you there? What's your answer?
Yes, sir. 8.
8. Okay.
First answer is
Look at this. We are following the same protocol. So power cycle of 2. So while dividing, so this will not require. Okay. Simply do 23 by 4. Remainder is 3. So last digit will be 8. So for this, we got 8. Now let's go for this one.
हाँ सर.
Okay, remainder 0. You remember, 0 के लिए you will have to be very careful. 0 means the cycle ends. You do not put 0 here, okay?
Yes,
So
sir.
7 to the power 4, which is 1. Okay. अब बोलोगे 7 to the power 4 कैसे find out करें? As simple as that. 7 to the power 4 means 7 square into 7 square, which is 49 into 49. So 99, 81. So answer is 1. Now the last one. 9 के लिए तो it's very easy. The cycle is 2, right? So you may not follow this protocol, this rule. May simply say the power is odd. जब भी power odd होता है, it is 9.
सर
हाँ
मैंने ऐसे किया है, लेकिन जो 1 है ना,
हाँ
4 डिवाइड बाय 6 से 0 आता है, तो फिर वो लास्ट 6 लेगा ना, ऐसा नहीं है क्या?
नहीं नहीं सी 0 का मतलब क्या है? साइकिल खत्म हो चुका है वहां पे.
हाँ सर.
तो इट इज लाइक 7 to the power 1, 7 square, 7 cube, 7 4, क्योंकि हर चौथे में साइकिल खत्म होता है.
हाँ हाँ.
तो इसीलिए ऐसे 7 to the power 4 लिखा है. नाउ 0 आता है तो रूल वैसे फॉलो करना.
ओके सर, मैंने वैसे ही किया है, लेकिन वो मैंने गलती से ऊपर वाला 2 का मतलब 2 के मल्टीपल का ले लिया 3.
ओ
ओके.
ओके.
मतलब 7 के मल्टीपल का लेना चाहिए था ना, 7 के टेबल.
हाँ 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 हाँ. अच्छा 2 raised to power 4 बिठा दिया था.
हाँ, वो गलती से हो गया है, बाकी का आंसर सेम है.
ओके ओके. So our final answer would be 8 into 1 into 9. So it is 8 9 72. लेकिन पूरा 72 नहीं लिखना है, सिर्फ 2 लिखना है,
हाँ
right?
सर.
Because we want the unit digit only. Same चीज if I have addition here, okay? So addition के लिए I'll have the same thing. 8 plus 1 plus 9. So 8 plus 1 plus 9. Answer is
8
8.
लास्ट.
Last is 8. Yes. Okay. So I hope it is clear to all of you.
Yes, sir.
यस सर.
So now another very intense one, factors. Let's go back to the school days. ठीक है, बचपन में जहाँ पे you remember multiplication table मार खा के सीखे थे. That memorize a table of 2, then we have table of 3, table of 4, and so on. है ना? So if you want, so we memorize table something like this, and so on, right? Now if you look at, we have two sides. One is the right hand side, another is left hand side. This is called as multiples, and these are called as factors. Okay, so factors are nothing but numbers which can divide the multiples easily. Okay, so if I say capital A is divisible by small a, okay, and divisible means what? When capital A is divided by small a, the remainder is 0, then a is a factor. ठीक है, so इस तरीके से अगर हम सीखेंगे तो it becomes a bit complicated ना. Algebra आ जाता है, you have variables coming into picture, so it becomes a bit difficult for us. So learn in a simple way. In the multiplication table, left hand side are called as factors, right hand side are called as multiples. Okay, so remember, if I want to describe the factors of 12, what are the factors of 12? मतलब ऐसे कौन से numbers हैं जो 12 को divide कर सकते हैं? So I have 1. Remember, 1 is a factor of any number. See, all the numbers has a factor 1. So 1 can divide 12. So then 3, then
4,
4,
6.
then 6 and 8 से नहीं होगा क्योंकि 12 को 8 से डिवाइड नहीं कर पाओगे, राइट? So once you reach halfway mark ना एकदम देखो 6 means half of 12, so the next number will be the number 12 itself. Now let's identify 15. 15 के लिए it is 1, 3, 5, 15. Okay. So for 20 it is 1, 4, 5.
2, sir.
अच्छा 2 also is there. Okay. So there are 10 also there. Okay. Now you may wonder कि why the number of factors are different. Okay. So you see here there are 6 factors and here only 4 factors. Despite 15 being larger than 12, still has lesser number of factors. If you look at 100, बहुत बड़ा number है as compared to the others. So I'll have 1, 2, 4, 5, 10, right? And then 20, 50 and 100.
100.
1, 2,
25, sir.
25 also is there. Yes, correct. 25. Any other number?
No.
No. So look at this. How many factors are there? For 20, it is 6. For 100, how many factors are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 factors. अब देखो थोड़ा सा दिमाग लगाते हैं इसमें. If you look at the factors, let's identify the factors for 12 first. So if I write 12 as 2 square into 3, so factor 12 as 2 square into 3. Now look at the factors of 12. Every factor of 12 is made up of these numbers only. 1 is nothing but 2 raised to 0 into 3 raised to 0. Okay. 2 is nothing but 2 raised to 1, 3 raised to 0. 3 is nothing but 2 raised to 0, 3 raised to 1. 12 के हर एक फैक्टर को देखो 2 और 3 से ही बने हुए. 4 is nothing but 2 square into 3 raised to 0. If you look at 6, it is 2 raised to power 1, 3 raised to power 1. Now 12, it is 2 raised to power 2, 3 raised to power 1. अब हमें क्या देखने को मिलता है? Every factor of 12 is made up of 2 into 3 as the base. सिर्फ powers change होते हैं देखो. So what are the powers of 2 I'm using? I'm using 0, I'm using 1, I'm using 2. What are the factors of 3 that I'm using? Powers of 0 and 1 only. Clear on this? तो जो भी पावर है उसका काउंटिंग 0 से स्टार्ट करो. 0, 1, 2. So there are 3. 0 and 1, 2. So 3 into 2 gives us 6. So I have 6 factors. Okay. So it's a long analysis. अब बस इतना याद रखो, जो भी प्राइम फैक्टर्स हैं सारे फैक्टर्स उन्हीं के ही बने हुए हैं, उन्हीं से ही बने हुए हैं. So when I talk about 15, 3 into 5, the power is 1 each. So the number of factors would be, मैंने कहाँ से स्टार्ट किया देखो, पहले 0 से स्टार्ट किया till this power. That means 0 and 1. 0 and 1. So I have 2 into 2, which is 4. Now look at this. 15 ke how many factors are there? 4 factors are there. Now if I look at 20, So 20 can be written as 2 square into 5. So that means यहाँ पे 2 है. So I'll start from 0, 1 and 2. Okay. And for 5 the power is 1. कुछ भी नहीं है मतलब power is 1. 0 and 1. So the number of factors would be 3 into 2 which is 6. You count 20 के 6 factors हैं. Now let's move to 100. So 100 is nothing but 2 square into 5 square. So the number of factors would be 0 से लेकर 2 होगा 3. 0 से लेकर 2 that is 3. Answer is 9. Look at this. You have 9 factors. So likewise, can anyone tell me what will be the number of factors for 30? How will you expand 30? बस आपको prime factorize करना है. So 30 can be written as 2 into 3 into 5. What are the powers? 1. So number of factors मैं कैसे लिखूंगा? 1 है मतलब start from 0. 0 and 1 यानी 2 आ जाएंगे. Same case, this power is also 2, also 2. That is 8. 30 के कुल मिला के 8 factors होंगे. So let us count those 8 factors. क्या क्या हो सकते हैं? 1 होगा, 2, 3, 5, 6, 10, 15, 30. Did I miss any number?
No, sir.
Okay. So is it 8? कुल मिला के देखो 8 factors हो गए.
Yes, sir.
So now you tell me how many factors will be there for the number 40. So 40 को कैसे prime factorize करोगे? Something into something.
टू क्यूब इंटू 5 मतलब 5 का 1 और 2 का क्यूब.
Yes, perfect. So number of factors would be power में 3 है. So what shall I do?
0 और 2.
0, 1, 2,
4
3.
into 1. नहीं 4 into 2.
4 into 2. Yes.
8.
Means 40 के कुल मिला के 8 factors हैं. So that means, sorry, 1, 2, then 4, 5, 8, 10. What else? और कुछ मिसिंग हुआ? 1, 2, 4, 5, 8, 10, 20, 40. So कुल मिला के total 8 factors. Understood, everyone?
Yes.
So you try for few more examples. Okay. So before trying, this is how we have solved. Okay. Any number you prime factorize them. Right? So जो भी power आएगा, if it is 2, then we write 3. क्योंकि 0, 1, 2, right? So I can formulate something like this. जो भी power आता है उसको 1 1 add कर दो. For example, if my number is something like this, 2 cube into 3 square. So what I'll be writing the number of factors as?
4 into 3.
Plus 1 can equal, yes, 4 into 3 which is 12. Correct? So this is plus 1 plus 1. So now can you try this one? अब देखो, they are not asking the questions directly, indirectly पूछे हैं. How many natural numbers can divide 60 exactly, leaving no remainder. मतलब जब रिमाइंडर नहीं बचता है तो उस डिवाइजर को हम लोग फैक्टर बोलते हैं. So they are indirectly asking about factors. So use the same process and let me know the answer.
Well,
12. Okay. Others, I am still waiting for your answer. So how will I factorize 60?
2 into
Sir, 12 factor.
3 into 5.
2 square into 3 into 5. Is it like this?
Yes.
The
Yes.
number of factors would be 3 into 2 into 2. So the answer is 12.
Yes, sir.
Perfect. Now, some people say, can I write 60 as 2 into 2 into 3 into 5? No, this is not the proper way. If you have multiple times same factor, you write them in the power format. Okay, exponent format में लिखना. Just 2 into 2 I cannot write as it is, so I'll be writing instead of 2 into 2, I'll write 2 square. Okay, so you'll have to maintain this protocol. Okay. Now, I need to go back to this to that table. This is one interesting table. They have asked a question based on this. अब बोलोगे टेबल ये तो बहुत कंफ्यूजिंग है. See, whenever you have a number which is perfect square, see, जो भी perfect square है ना, उसके number of factors को देखो, हमेशा क्या आता है, odd number ही मिलेगा. Means if I have any number, let's say n is a perfect square, then number of factors would always be odd. This will always happen. Say for example, if I have a number something like this, is 144 a perfect square? क्या ये perfect square है?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
It's a square of 12.
Well,
So that means इसका number of factors अगर आप count करते हो, you will get the number of factors as odd number. लेकिन इसके ऊपर भी एक और catch है. ठीक है? अब वो catch क्या है देखो. Now 4 is made up of only one prime number. Look at this. 9 is made up of only one prime number. And 16 is also made up of only one prime number. But 36 is made up of two prime numbers. कौन से? 2 and 3. Clear? So जब भी ऐसा कुछ situation आता है, means we are not concerned with multiple prime numbers. Okay, we are concerned only one type of prime numbers. जैसे 2 square हो गया, 3 square हो गया, 2 raised to power 4 हो गया. उनके number of factors को देखो. Do you see one similarity? It's a prime number. Understood what I'm trying to say? Say for example, 128. 128 is nothing but 2 raised to power. How much it is?
8-9 होगा सर.
2 raised to power 7. But it's not this. Now look at this. Our necessary condition was it has to be a perfect squares. तो पावर में 7 आ गया मीन्स इट्स नॉट अ स्क्वायर, तो आई नीड समथिंग विच इज अ स्क्वायर. Say 256. 256 is nothing but 2 raised to power 8. Means it's a perfect square. Correct? Yes or no?
सर मतलब अच्छे से नहीं समझ रहा, एक बार
अच्छा ठीक है, बस फिलहाल इतना याद रखो, जब भी परफेक्ट स्क्वायर आता है, जब भी परफेक्ट स्क्वायर आता है, उनके नंबर ऑफ फैक्टर्स जो है वो हमेशा ऑड आने चाहिए. ठीक है, keep it in mind only this part. So for perfect square, if n is a perfect square, number of factors will always be odd. ठीक है, so let's try to solve one question on this. This one, this question. A natural number n has 7 factors. How many factors does n square have? अब देखो उल्टा दिया हुआ है. Now n is not known to us, but number of factors is 7. Number of factors is 7. Now whenever the number of factor is 7, now 7 is an odd number, means n must be क्या होना चाहिए?
Perfect square.
Perfect square, yes. तो n किसी का स्क्वायर होना चाहिए. Now since number of 7 factors is 7, so n must be of the type p raised to power 6. Am I clear on this?
Yes, sir.
तो अगर आप यहाँ पे 6 होगा तो ही ये 7 आएगा. क्यों? नंबर ऑफ फैक्टर्स कैसे निकालेंगे? 6 plus 1. अब यहाँ पे साइड में I don't have any other factors to be multiplied. That's why it is like this. Now I might have number of factors as 15. ये भी तो odd number है, तो इसका भी क्या p raised to power 14 आया होगा? n is a perfect square. Not necessary. इसमें और इसमें फर्क है. ठीक है, ये क्वेश्चन आई एम टेलिंग यू अगेन एंड अगेन, ये क्वेश्चन एक दो बार ही आया है, नॉट मोर देन दैट. ओके, सो हाँ, दे वर कंडक्टिंग फॉर आई गेस कैपजेमिनी या कॉग्निजेंट, दोनों में से एक के लिए कंडक्ट कर रहे थे टेस्ट, इफ आई रिमेम्बर. सो see, this is an odd number, this is also odd number, but both of them has different meaning. This is odd but prime and this is just odd number. तो ये वाला जो condition है, you can follow this condition only when the number is odd and prime. लेकिन अगर आपका नंबर ऐसा है, n is no doubt a perfect square, but it may be like this also. p square into let's say q raised to power 4. आपका नंबर कुछ इस तरीके से आएगा. और it may be like this, n is nothing but p raised to power 14. In both the cases you will get the number of factors as 15. So they will not give you this type of question, but they will give you when n is prime and odd number. Okay, so you will always follow this method. मतलब p का power 6 होना चाहिए, that's why it is 7 here. So the number of factors is 7. So now if I take n square, that means cubing both sides, इसका भी square करना पड़ेगा. So it will be p raised to power 12. Remember one thing, don't write 6 square. Power का भी power करोगे, then power gets multiplied, not taken power again. This is not 6 square, it is power 6 whole square. So 6 into 2, that's 12. So number of factors will be 12 plus 1. Answer is 30. Okay. So this is a very rare question. I'm telling you again and again. Very, very rare question. So it has been asked once or twice. That's why I'm putting up here. Okay. Otherwise, अगर ये नहीं, ये ज़्यादा difficult लग रहा है, नहीं किया, तो भी then also it is okay. Chances are very less they will be asking such questions. Okay. So let's.
सर
हाँ.
सर वो b to the power 14 में कैसे आता है?
This one.
Yes.
अगर नंबर कुछ इस तरीके से दिखता है, let's say I have a number which is 2 raised to power 14, तो इसका फैक्टर्स कितना आएगा? 14 plus 1 15. तो कहने का मतलब ये है कि if the number of factors 15 दिया हुआ है, तो आपका नंबर कुछ इस तरीके से भी दिख सकता है. आप बोलोगे 2 raised to 14 क्यों? Why didn't I select 3 raised to 14? The problem is I am not aware of this base, इसलिए मैंने randomly एक p value ले लिया.
Okay sir.
So this one is very interesting one. Number of marbles with Ashok. This question is taken from your book. Okay. Number of marbles with Ashok is exactly divisible by 12 natural numbers, including 1 and itself. Which of the following could represent the number of marbles with Ashok? This is indirectly, don't you think indirectly they are saying there are 12 factors? अशोक के पास कुछ
Yes, sir.
मार्बल्स है. हाँ. अब वो नंबर ऑफ मार्बल्स कितने हैं मुझे पता नहीं है, तो मैंने सोचा n is the number of marbles. अब इस n का जो भी वैल्यू आएगा उसको डिवाइड करने के लिए there are 12 such numbers. So that means indirectly they are saying there are 12 factors. तो इनमें से which of the following could represent the number of marbles? We have just tried these numbers. 30 के कितने factors निकले थे if you remember? How many factors we got for 30?
8.
8, yes. For 40 also 8, हाँ. What about 50? 50 can be written as
5 square into 2.
5 square into 2. So the number of factors would be
9.
6.
it will be 6. Why? Because 2 का power is 1, right? तो यहाँ पे 2 into 3 आ जाएगा. Answer is 6. तो अब तीनों के पास 12 factors तो है नहीं. So answer is by default 60.
शायद सर 60 आएगा.
60 also we have solved, right? Examples में हमने देखा था. Okay. Now this question is of the level like Tech Mahindra, Capgemini, Cognizant and all. Now let us move to TCS level के question. TCS and Infosys level के question. Okay. This is TCS and Infosys level question. Now all this time we have seen very small numbers. इस बार देखो numbers कितने large हैं. So this is 16 into 27 into 5 raised to this.
Sir, can you please show me the previous question?
Yes, yes. This one, no?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes, done, sir. Thank you.
So when we have these numbers, अगर ऐसे already they have factorized. Now it is very easy for us. Now this time they will not ask you what will be the number of factors. So just for fun, let us try to figure out number of factors कितने होंगे. If it it is 4, what shall I write? Correct? 4 plus 1, 5.
100.
And 4 into 5. Yes, correct. Answer is 100. So n has got 100 factors. Now this question they are asking, वो सारे factors को अगर add करोगे,
पैसे नहीं होंगे तो मैं
pardon, come again? कोई doubt है? Any question? Any query? Okay. So वो जो 100 factors हैं, मैं लिखते नहीं बैठूंगा कि वो 100 factors क्या है. So what I'll do is, without even looking at the factors, how can I directly find the sum? Means for let's say 6 के लिए what are the factors? 1, 2, 3 and 6. If you add the factors, you get something like this. So कितना हुआ? 11, 12, 12 is the sum, right? Sum of the factors. Similarly, for n who has got 100 factors, उसको हम add करेंगे. Now the point is, ऐसे 100 numbers लिखते बैठेंगे, it will take much time. So the shortcut तरीका is express something like this. Now you may ask, इतना लंबा expression मैं क्यों कैसे लिखूं? It's the same thing. This is for 2, this is for 3, and this is for 5. Now what are these numbers? These are nothing but, do you remember मैंने बोला था 2 raised to 0 power 0 1 2 ऐसे करना है. So look at this. These are the powers incremented by 1 till the maximum power. 3 raised to 1, 2 and 3 cube. Same thing. Okay. If you remember, if you can express, ऐसे अगर आप express कर दोगे ना, ये सारे remaining problems को solve कर देगा. क्या किया मैंने? What I have done? I have just taken the same base, this base, exactly the same base, and हर एक के लिए I have written as an algebraic expression. It is just like a plus b into c plus d and so on. So I started from 0 till the maximum power 4, 0 till the maximum power 3, क्योंकि यहाँ पे 3 है. So just solve this. If you solve this, you will get the sum of factors. अब मैं इसको solve कैसे करूँगा? This is 1 plus 2 plus 4 plus 8 plus 16. So this is 1 plus 3 plus 9 plus 27. 1 plus 5 plus 25 plus 125 plus 625. Okay. Now this can be, अगर ये बहुत ज़्यादा lengthy है, you can use geometric progression का sum. Okay. So this is how you calculate. Now again, this will be very very rarely asked. सिर्फ TCS, Infosys type की companies में पूछेंगे. Okay. So moving on to the next type.
So how much time will be given to solve these questions?
They will be see, TCS, Infosys, they hardly give 1 minute. उससे ज़्यादा नहीं. It depends upon see, they always change the pattern every 3 months. अगर if you are appearing now and if you want to reappear it, वैसे you cannot reappear again and again. Once you do not qualify, you will have to wait for 6 months to 1 year elsewhere. हर एक कंपनी का एक पॉलिसी रहता है, if you got rejected in one attempt, immediately you will not be able to apply. Okay, so they will give you 6 months time or 1 year time. Infosys का I guess it is 1 year. Okay, so please confirm with the placement team. Okay, so जो भी interview के आपके placement coordinator, या you can talk to your counselors. Okay, so every company again has different policies. Tech Mahindra, they have different policies. Cognizant, they have different policies. Okay, MNCs का in general minimum 6 months का time रहता है. So this is how it works. And remember again, TCS may be, they will not put you into, as a big problem. So they will always give you small problems. Okay, so small problems like sum of factors पूछेंगे नहीं पूछेंगे, these are very rare, but these are TCS level के questions. They have asked in past, but recently they have not asked. ठीक है. So moving on to the next one.
सर
हाँ,
ओके
any doubt?
नो सर, वो नेटवर्क चला गया था तो इसके पहले की स्लाइड दिखा बोलना था.
Okay. So no worries, I'll share the entire PPT with you. So बाद में रेफर कर सकते हो. Next, find the number of odd factors. Okay, find the number of odd factors. Now I told you, if you write in this format 2 raised to 0, 2 raised to 1, sorry, 2 raised to 1, 2 square, ये सारे problems का solution है. 3 raised to 0, 3 raised to 1, 3 square, 3 cube. Same case for 5, 0, 5 raised to 1, 5 raised to 2, 5, 3, 5 raised to 4. Now this thing will solve all the problems. Now odd factors के लिए what I need to do is, अगर मुझे odd चाहिए, I will remove ये वाला part. If I remove this part, मेरे पास बचेंगे कितने? 1, 2, 3. Just count, okay? You don't have to multiply them. Simply count. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is 5. अब बोलोगे ये क्या है? This is indirectly, if you want to find odd factors, इसको हटा दो, भूल जाओ इसको. Consider only the odd prime numbers. This is 3, so I'm writing 4. This is 4, so I'm writing 5. Answer is 20. Khatam. Got my point, everyone?
यस सर.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So can anyone tell me, if I ask you even factors, ये कैसे find out करोगे?
देन ऐड 1 to even factors, मतलब जो भी factors है इसमें.
See, odd factors निकालने का तरीका मुझे समझ में आ गया, है ना? Odd factors के लिए मैं क्या किया? I have simply removed this one.
Find out
तो
not कर दो ना.
only the odd prime numbers I have considered. So don't you think अगर total factors में से if I subtract the odd factors, remaining will be by default even numbers.
Yes.
So total is nothing but, total कितना आया था? 5 into 4 into 5 minus 4 into 5. So 100 minus 20 gives us 80. So those are even factors. अब अगर ऐसा नहीं करना है तो even क्या करोगे? even के लिए you remove this part, remaining you consider. ये हो गया 4, ये हो गया यहाँ पे 4, ये हो गया यहाँ पे 5. 4 4s are 16, 16 into 5 80. ऐसे भी कर सकते हैं, ठीक है? So better way है कि multiple चीजें सीखने से अच्छा है if I'm able to figure out total minus odd factors is even, so that is very easy. ठीक है? Now what if I say ऐसे numbers निकालो जो कि perfect squares हैं. Out of those 100 factors, we have seen 100 factors. Out of those 100 factors, figure out how many of them are perfect squares. for perfect squares you consider the power of 2. You remember ऐसे मैंने लिखा था 2 raised to 0, 2 raised to 1, 2 square and so on. उसमें से you consider the power which is even or multiples of 2. So 0, 2 and 4. 3 factors. Similarly, you consider 0 and 2 3 के लिए. Then for 5 it is 0, 2 and 4. देखो हमारा normally कहना क्या था? If the power is 4, we start counting from 0, right? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. तो इनमें से जो even powers है that I'll consider. Rest I will not consider. So 3 from here. For this also 0, 1, 2 and 3. This is not required. Okay? So 1 and 2. That's why it is 2 factors. For this 0, 2 and 4. Okay? कहाँ से आया? 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So I'll not consider 1 and 3. So remaining is 0, 2 and 4. Okay? So your number of factors will be in that case 3 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 3. 18 factors means out of 100, 18 are perfect squares. So now tell me using the same logic, perfect cubes के लिए क्या करें? If I want to search for cubes, perfect cubes के लिए ऐसे ही line up करो, but you need to select the cubes one. है ना? हाँ, odd numbers नहीं, जो 3 का multiple हो. Cubes में हाँ, a cube is a cube, a to the power 6 is also a cube, a to the power 9 is also a cube. ठीक है? पावर में 3 का मल्टीपल चेक करो. हाँ, अगर 0 है तो क्या हुआ? 0 जो है वो स्क्वायर में भी आएगा, क्यूब में भी आएगा. Because anything to the power 0 is 1. 1 is a square, 1 is a cube also. Okay? 1 हमेशा common रहेगा. So now you tell me, what are the powers that I need to select for cubes?
8. 2 to the
8
power
आएगा total? Okay.
Yes, sir.
So 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. इनमें से क्या क्या मैं रिजेक्ट कर दूंगा? 1 को रिजेक्ट कर दिया, 2 को रिजेक्ट कर दिया, 4 को रिजेक्ट कर दिया, राइट? सो आई हैव 2 फ्रॉम 2 वाले सीरीज में. फॉर 3 0, 1, 2, 3 इसमें से 1 और 2 को मैं रिजेक्ट कर दूंगा. मींस इसमें से भी 2 आएगा. व्हाट अबाउट दिस? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So जो मल्टीपल ऑफ 3 है that I'll select. Rest reject कर दो. That means 2 into 2 into 2. ठीक है? So हमेशा पावर्स का ही खेल है. Another is in how many ways n can be expressed as a product of two numbers. अब ये क्या मतलब है? How can I express n as a product of two numbers? For example, again, this question has also been asked, okay? Let's say, for example, 12. 12 can be expressed as 1 into 12, 2 into 6, 3 into 4. तो 12 को I can express as a product of two numbers in 3 different ways. मैं 3 अलग-अलग तरीके से इसको एक्सप्रेस कर सकता हूँ. Okay, am I clear so far? Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So मेरे पास एक नंबर दिया हुआ है, how can I express this as a product of three numbers? तो the formula is very simple, number of factors by 2. So यहाँ पे what will be the number of factors? कितना आया था number of factors? 100. So 100 by 2 is 50. So 50 is nothing but there are 50 different ways to express n as a product of two numbers. Okay, but यहाँ पे तो 100 by 2 it is 50. What if I have something like this? अगर मेरे पास number 36 है, 36 is 2 square into 3 square, so the number of factors would be 9. 3 into 3, तो can I say 9 by 2? लेकिन 4 by 4.5 आएगा. How can the count be 4.5? तरीका है ना, 4.5 तरीका नहीं हो सकता, या तो 4 तरीके होंगे या तो 5 तरीके होंगे. Why my answer will be 4.5 in that case? So in that case you'll have to do 9 plus 1 by 2. So 9 plus 1 means 10 by 2, which is 5. Am I clear on this?
यस सर, तो फिर एक इवन फैक्टर हमें इंक्रीज करना होगा ना.
हाँ, नंबर ऑफ फैक्टर्स अगर इवन होगा ना तो नंबर ऑफ फैक्टर्स बाय 2 ये फॉर्मूला आ जाएगा. लेकिन नंबर ऑफ फैक्टर्स अगर ऑड रहा तो एक ऐड कर दो एंड देन यू डिवाइड.
हाँ, तो जो ऐड करेंगे वो इवन फैक्टर रहेगा ना.
नहीं मतलब हाँ, ये अगर ये ऑड रहा, ऑड प्लस 1 इज ऑलवेज इवन. अब इवन नंबर को ही 2 से डिवाइड कर सकते हैं. द एग्जांपल इज यहाँ पे अगर मेरा नंबर 36 है तो नंबर ऑफ फैक्टर्स 9 आता है, तो मैं ये फॉर्मूला अगर मैं अप्लाई करूँ 9 by 2 तो मुझे ये फ्रैक्शन में मिलेगा आंसर. नंबर ऑफ वेज जो है, ये जो नंबर ऑफ वेज पूछा है ना, तो दिस शुड ऑलवेज बी नेचुरल नंबर. हम गिनती पूछ रहे हैं, कितने तरीके से आप एक्सप्रेस कर सकते हो. सो 4.5 तरीका नहीं हो सकता, या तो 4 तरीका होगा या तो 5 तरीका. सो टू अवॉइड दिस कंफ्यूजन, बस एक ऐड कर दो नंबर ऑफ फैक्टर्स में, जो भी फैक्टर्स आएगा ऑड नंबर 1 ऐड कर दो, देन डिवाइड. सो दिस विल गिव द आंसर. ठीक है. So next is factorial. A small topic है, but again very impactful one. So number of factors is nothing but product of first and natural numbers. Say for example 1 factorial is 1, 2 factorial is 1 into 2. Now you might have बचपन में या तो स्कूल में you might have seen as when I write 5 factorial, you might have seen something like this: 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1 factorial, right? You might have seen.
Yes, sir.
तो necessary नहीं है you always write backwards. When to write backwards is only during permutations and combinations. Okay, permutations and combinations chapter जब करोगे then you can write backwards. It is always advisable to write backwards. Otherwise it is not necessary to write backwards. Okay, so what about 5 factorial? Let's memorize something. 5 factorial को हम कैसे लिखेंगे? 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 into 5. How much it is? 120. 6 factorial is 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 into 5 into 6. 720. Now look at this, everyone. Don't you think this part is actually 2 factorial? Yes or no?
Yes.
If you look at this part, it is actually 3 factorial. So can I say 4 factorial is 4 into 3 factorial?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So अब मैं 7 factorial को लिखूं तो it is nothing but 7 into 6 factorial, right? So whenever I write 150 factorial, I can write as 150 into 149 into 148. So whenever I want to terminate, I will simply write factorial. By the way, factorial का symbol ये भी होता है, okay? This is commonly used, and research paper में you'll mainly find this one. Anyways, ठीक है. So this is how we write, okay? Factorials को जहाँ से terminate करना है, you can stop right there. Okay. Now, the learning point is not this one. The learning point is, if you look at 24, let's look at 24. Okay. Let me clear all the screen. Now, can I say this is 2 into 3 and this is 24, which is 2 cube into 3. Similarly, अगर मैं 5 factorial को लिखूं, it is nothing but 5 into 4 factorial. So 4 factorial is nothing but 2 cube into 3. So it will be 3. मैं sequentially लिखता हूँ, ठीक है? So I can write as 2 cube into 3 into 5. Now look at this. From 2 factorial onwards, all the numbers, all the factorials henceforth will consist of 2. From 3 factorial onwards, every factorial will consist of 3. ठीक है? From 5 factorial onwards, हर factorial में 5 दिखेगा ही दिखेगा. Say for example, 6 factorial is nothing but 6 into 5 factorial, which can be written as 2 into 3. 5 factorial is 2 cube into 3 into 5. So I can say it is 2 raised to power 4, 3 square into 5. Okay. So henceforth, if I go for 7 factorial, it is 7 into 6 factorial, which is 2 raised to power 4, 3 square into 5. Now henceforth, all the factorials will consist of 7 as a number, 7 as a factor. So focus on the prime numbers only, okay? 3, 5 and so on, 2, 3, 5, 7 and so on. Now the learning point, before 7, no factorials will be multiple of 7. Means there is no factorial which can be divided by 7. But after 7, all the factorials will be divisible by 7. मतलब 100 को अगर आप express करते हो, that means it will consist of 7 as a factor with some power. मुझे पता नहीं है कि कितना power है. Say for example 50 factorial. If you express 50 factorial, it will consist of 2 with some power, 3 with some power and 5 with some power. Okay. So every factorial will consist of prime numbers which are less than that number with some powers. Okay. So this is what we will be applying here. Find the highest power of 5 that divides 50 factorial exactly. Okay. Now इसका कहने का क्या मतलब है? कहने का मतलब है, always remember this one. This is again you'll get question on this type again, important one. When you express 50 factorial in terms of factors, इसमें 2 भी आएगा, 3 भी आएगा, क्या power है, nobody knows. you'll have 5, you'll have 7, and so on. That means you need to identify the value of z here, means power of 5. ये कैसे सॉल्व करना है? Okay, how to find this power? अब 50 फैक्टोरियल आप लिखने जाओगे इस तरीके से, look at this. If you go on writing something like this for 50 factorial, जिंदगी निकल जाएगी. So we will devise a plan, a formula how to find out this one. Okay. Now this formula that we are going to look at is applicable for all the prime numbers. अगर 5 की जगह 7 दे दिया, use the same technique. Instead of 5, if it is 11, use the same technique. Instead of 7, if it is 3, use the same technique. The technique is, first divide this 50 by 5. What is the quotient? Whatever quotient you get, you write the quotient here. Quotient का remainder नहीं. 50 को 5 से डिवाइड करोगे तो 10 मिलेगा. फिर से 10 को डिवाइड करो by 5, you get 2. Again you divide 2 by 5. Now till which number do I have to continue? Till the time you can divide the numbers. कब तक? जब तक वो डिवाइड हो रहा. Okay. So the answer is 10 plus 2. Am I clear on this? 50 by 5, what will be the answer? 10. So the same quotient we divide by 5, answer is 2. अब इस 2 को वापस डिवाइड नहीं कर सकते. So this is useless for me. So the answer is 10 plus 2. Okay. Same case, if I go for, instead of 5, tell me, find the highest power of 7 that divides 50 factorial exactly. So what I'll do is 50 by 7. So what is 50 by 7? 50 by 7 is 7. 7 7 to 49. उतना तक ही जाएगा. Now you divide this same 7, the same 7 here, by again 7. You get 1. So your answer is 7 plus 1, 8. Okay. That means when you express 50 factorial in terms of factor, you get to know the power of 5, which is 12. You get to know the power of 7, which is 8, and so on. Okay. I hope you have understood this one.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So moving on to the next. Let's try this one. In 120 factorial, I need to figure out the power of 7, power of 5, power of 3. So 120. Achha, let's try for 7 first. For 7. So 120 by 7. So 120 by 7 is how much? कितने टाइम्स जाएगा? How many times? 17 times. Yes.
17 times.
तो अब 17 को डिवाइड करो. 17 by 7. How many times? 2 times only. 7 to the 14. Now this 2 I cannot divide by 7. खत्म. यहाँ तक ही. So the answer is 17 plus 2, 19. So try for 5 in the same way. 120 by 5. You tell me what will be the answer? 120 by 5.
24.
24, yes. नाउ 24 को फिर से डिवाइड हो सकता है बाय 5. हाउ मेनी टाइम्स?
4
4.
4.
Yes. Now can 4 be further divided by 5?
नो सर
No. तो stop कर दो. So the answer is 24,
28.
28. Perfect. Now try for 3. 3 के लिए थोड़ा सा लेंदी हो सकता है, but still you try. 120 by 3.
Highest factor is 53, sir.
53.
40.
This will be 40. Okay. 42 को फिर से डिवाइड करना है 3 से. We get 13, right? 53 से थोड़ा ज्यादा होगा. 40 plus 13 हो गया.
हाँ सर, 50 क्या है ना, हाईएस्ट पावर.
अच्छा.
57 शायद
4.
47.
4 को फिर से डिवाइड कर सकते हैं. 50 कितना आया? 58 आ रहा है तो.
हाँ
Yes, 58.
58, yes. Plus 13 plus 4 plus 1, 58. तो कहने का मतलब ये है कि whenever you try to express 120 factorial, so you'll have 2 का पावर कुछ तो आएगा, but 3 का पावर would be 58, and 5 का पावर would be 28, then 7 का पावर would be 19, and so on. So इसको complete करते हैं. Can you try for 2 then? 2 का थोड़ा lengthy होगा, but you can figure out. 120 by 2, which is 60. 60 by 2, 30. 30 by 2, 15. बाप रे बाप, बहुत लेंदी होगा. 50 by 2, 7. 7 by 2, 3. 3 by 2, 1. My goodness. 60 plus 30 plus 15 plus 7 plus 3.
116 सर
Is it 113?
666
अच्छा 6. Okay, okay. तो कहने का मतलब ये है कि I can write 116. Now, why 2 का power has the maximum? अब सोचो 120 को अब ऐसे लिखोगे 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 into 5 into 6 and so on 120 तक. देखो 2 कहाँ से जनरेट हो रहा है. Every even number will give us 2. इसलिए 2 का पावर सबसे ज्यादा है. 3 कब ऑकरिंग होगा? 3, 6, 9 and so on. इसीलिए 3 का पावर 5 का पावर 5 will occur only in 5, फिर 10, फिर 15, फिर 20. उसी में 5 जनरेट होगा. So that's why 5 is little lesser than 3. So the more you increase the power, prime number, the power will decrease. Okay. So next one. अगर composite ऐसे आता है तो you'll have to figure out the combinations. देखो I told you in the previous example, ये सब ना सिर्फ applicable है for prime numbers. If the number is composite, something like this, highest power of 12 that divides 50 factorial. तो मुझे ये सोचना पड़ेगा कि 12 बनता कैसे है. 2 square and 3 से. So I will be looking for the power of 2 and power of 3. So power of 2 is nothing but 47. Power of 3 is 22. Okay. Same process, no changes. मैंने 12 का सोचा तो 12 के लिए I have to find out 2 as well as 3. So that means can I say 50 factorial can be written as 2 raised to power 47 into 3 raised to power 22. बाकी का मुझे कोई मतलब नहीं है, क्योंकि बाकी नंबर से I cannot make 6. I can make 6 only using 2 and sorry make 12 using 2 and 3 only. तो ये सोचना पड़ेगा हर दो स्क्वायर के साथ एक 3 कंबाइन करने हैं, मतलब जितने 3 हैं उसके डबल 2 चाहिए. How many 3s are there? 22. तो मुझे 44 2 का पावर 44 को सेग्रीगेट करना पड़ेगा. So I'll write like this: 3 का पावर and 2 स्क्वायर पावर 22. अब बोलोगे 3 का पावर तो सेटिस्फाइड, 2 का पावर इज 44, मीन्स कुछ एक्स्ट्रा 2 बचे हैं जिसका हम कोई यूज नहीं कर सकते. So that's why the power of 12 is 22. Understood everyone? Yes or no?
तो सर एक बार पीछे बताओ.
सर एक और बार.
Yes. कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं. Now see, यहाँ पे 2 का पावर 47 मिल गया, 3 का पावर इज 22 मिल गया, मीन्स 50 फैक्टोरियल कैन बी रिटन एज 2 का पावर 47 एंड 3 का पावर 22. बाकी क्या है कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता, बिकॉज आई कैन नॉट मेक 12 यूजिंग 5 और 7. मैं 12 सिर्फ इन्हीं से बना सकता हूँ. तो मैं सोचूंगा कि 12 बनेगा कैसे, 2 स्क्वायर इंटू 3 से, राइट? तो 2 स्क्वायर मतलब 4 होता है. तो कैन आई से मैं यहाँ से कितने 2 स्क्वायर जनरेट कर सकता हूँ और कितने 3 जनरेट कर सकता हूँ. तो सोचा मैंने एक 3 के साथ मुझे 2 स्क्वायर कंबाइन करने, एक 3 के साथ 2 स्क्वायर कंबाइन करने. मेरे पास 3 कितने हैं, 22 है. तो कितने 2s लगेंगे, टोटल 44 लगेंगे, है ना? तो इसका मतलब बचे हुए 2 क्यूब, देखो 2 स्क्वायर का पावर 22 मीन्स 2 रेज़ टू पावर 44 हैज बीन यूज्ड. तो बचे हुए 2 क्यूब है, इसका कोई मतलब नहीं है. सो दैट मीन्स दिस 12 का पावर 22 आएगा. दिस इज हाउ वी कैलकुलेट. ठीक है? या तो अगर ऐसा भी नहीं सोचना है तो पहले ये सोचो कि यहाँ से कितने 2 स्क्वायर बनेंगे, 23 बनेंगे, है ना? 2 अब देखो 47 है तो दिस इज 2 स्क्वायर इंटू 23 विच इज 2 स्क्वायर टू द पावर 23 विच इज 2 रेज़ टू पावर 46. एक एक्स्ट्रा 2 को यहाँ साइड में रख दो, बचे हुए. दिस मीन्स 4 टू द पावर 23, 3 टू द पावर 22. ये मेरे लिए यूजलेस है. अब कितने 4 और 3 के कॉम्बिनेशन बना सकते हो, सिर्फ और सिर्फ 22, क्योंकि 3 कितने हैं, सिर्फ 22 है मेरे पास. Got this point everyone? Okay. If somebody ask you, चलो ठीक है ऐसे तो बन गया, can you tell me instead of 12 अगर मुझे पावर ऑफ 16 चेक करना, पावर ऑफ 16 चेक करना तो कितना होगा. और 16 हम लिखेंगे कैसे, 2 रेज़ टू पावर 4. तो 50 फैक्टोरियल में 16 बनाने के लिए I need only 2 as a prime number. So it will be 2 raised to power 47 को I will modify 2 raised to power 4 into 11 2 क्यूब. अब ये कहाँ से आया, क्योंकि मुझे 2 के पावर 4 चाहिए किसी भी हालत में. तो 4 का मल्टीपल विल बी 44 here. 4 into 11 44, बचे हुए 3 I will write separately. So how many 16 I'm getting? Answer is 11. So the power of 16 will be 11. ठीक है? Any doubt in this? तो similarly अगर मुझे पावर ऑफ 10 चेक करना है, पावर ऑफ 10 So I will go for 2 and 3. मतलब यहाँ sorry 2 and 5. तो मुझे 2 का निकालना पड़ेगा and then 5 का निकालना पड़ेगा. Okay. Any doubt in this? No?
No, sir.
Okay, so I guess it's time now. We will call it off for the day. So this one I'll share as a homework for you. ठीक है, ये try करना कुछ questions. Then we'll be starting with remainder and HCLs tomorrow. Okay, give me just 2 minutes. I'll quickly take your attendance.
Okay, sir.
Please do respond, okay?
किती राहिलं